Hi folks, hope you're doing well today. It's again a few hours later from my last video. I just saw a funny thing. Coronavirus, how Google is helping people. Oh, great, Google is helping people to deal with the coronavirus. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I wouldn't really expect that to be the case, but okay, that's how it is. Good on Google for doing so. Right, so on this video you see the picture of Mollie Collie. She's my number one baby. She's the first collie I got, and so she's my number one, my beautiful girl, my Mollie Collie baby. So you have Mollie to look at during this video. Well, this video I'm recording now because I don't know where it came to my mind, but it did. That the church is going to have to repent on a lot of things. Because what just came into my mind is that no churchgoer, well, really, pretty much no churchgoer, should ever go to hell. If the church was functioning as it should do, then people would have been convicted of their sins as soon as they enter a church. Now, 98% of those people would have repented. Of course, that leaves about 2% of people that would have probably run away. They've been freaked out by the whole situation and never come back. But, okay, so not exactly no one who's ever been in a church would go to hell, but pretty much no one. Whereas I think it's quite likely you're going to have 50 to 70% of people that have been in churches, that have gone into a church, at least that percentage, are going to go to hell. Now that is completely and utterly unacceptable. From a church of God that has the light, that knows that there is only one way, that the Lord said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can get to the Father except through me, so no one can get to heaven except through him. We knew that. We've known that, and the church has known that for 2,000 years now. Well, certainly for the last few hundred years. And to therefore not take it seriously, to not care enough about people going to hell, I would say those people who don't care enough that people are going to hell, they themselves should be going to hell. Should. Doesn't mean they will. If they repent, then they won't. But as I say, is if you had the answer, if you had the key, for example, if you had the key to curing cancer for everybody, how should you be treated by society if you keep that key to yourself and allow people to suffer, to go through cancer and be killed by it? How should society treat you? I mean, realistically speaking, if somebody had done that, if somebody was doing that, and then the crowds got that person, tied them to two horses and tore them apart, you wouldn't agree with it, but you would understand it. You would say, yeah, I understand why you did that to that person. That person made all those people suffer, didn't care that they were going through all that. Well, that's you. That's you. I can say that that's you because to a few people that listen to this, I'll be wrong, that isn't you. But in general, if I'm speaking to the church, if I'm speaking to the body of Christ, I can confidently say that that's you. You are the ones who have the key to stop suffering, to bring people to God, to shed a light in the darkness, to stop all this stupidity that's going on in the world right now, all this leftist nonsense. You have the key. You just need to stand up. That's all you need to do is stand up and be seen, to let your light shine. You just need to get serious about your relationship with God. You just need to say, God, do whatever you have to do. You know, I give my life to you. Because I gave my life to you, my life belongs to you. Because my life belongs to you, I've got to give you everything and say, you do it. You change me as much as you need to change me so that you can use me to the fullest potential to bless as many people as can be possibly blessed during my life. Because it matters. Because I don't want to walk past people, whether they're in the high street, whether they're in the shop, and know that these people are destined for hell and that I can do something about it. But I'm choosing not to. I mean, you should be incredibly grateful because of grace and mercy. Because what you deserve is far worse than those people are going to get. You deserve to go to hell and to be punished for eternity. Far worse than they do. Far worse than they do. I mean, they're just living their blinking life. That's all they're doing, living their life with no understanding of God, really, because they've never really been introduced to God, because you have never introduced them to God. But you, who have God, know that that's what they need to avoid going to hell for eternity, that they need God. And that you say, it won't be through me. I can't be bothered to make that effort. I really can't be bothered to show that light to people. I really can't be bothered to really ask God to do the work in me to get me right. I mean, I know personally. I mean, I'm nowhere near. I'm not trying to say that I'm there. I'm not. I know now. I mean, even today, I'm listening to songs that are. I'll include one of the songs in the description. I mean, it's a beautiful song. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily think it's a beautiful song. It's quite a fast song. But whenever I hear it and sing along to it, I have tears going down my eyes because of the beauty of the song and because of the words in the song, because of what they mean to me. And there's other songs that I listen to, and what they're now saying to me is, I know that God is working in me to make me more loving and to make me more compassionate, to make me appreciate beauty and be more, as I say, love. And it's interesting. It is interesting because I'm a man, and we don't usually show emotions, but I'm a lot more emotional now than I've been. And I know sometimes when I talk to people about stuff, I can get emotional. Certainly when I talk to people about God and all of that, and when I talk to people about the church, I can get emotional. Anger is an emotion, and righteous anger is an emotion of love. And the church angers me because I know the church. I know God looks at this, and I know God is not impressed. I mean, if you really think that God is impressed with your life and how you're living, you're massively mistaken. Have a look at it. Think of it from the point of view of where you could be. If when you first became a Christian, you took your life and your Christian life seriously, where could you have been now? I mean, for example, at this the thing I go to once a month, There's a chap there who's been doing a lot of weight training because he wants to be a bodybuilder. Now, he spends a fortune on all this stuff. He's told me last time I saw him, he's just bought some 50-kilogram weights, loads of those. Now, that would have cost him a fortune. Now, I understand him because I've recently started training again just a little bit to build some strength, because my understanding of such things is, I should develop strength, because if anyone ever needs me to lift anything, I should be able to do so. That's the way I can bless people. I can do that. Most of it I can't do right now because I'm not in the right position. I still struggle with depression. I still struggle with all that sort of stuff. So therefore, I'm not really in a position to help with that, but I can do bits. But I then said to this chap, I said, put it this way. I said, if you spent that much effort in your relationship with God, where could you be right now? I said to him, I said, you would be one of the mightiest people of God if you had spent the same effort on your relationship with God as you do trying to be a bodybuilder. It's incredible. As I said, the last video about the insane world that we're living in, it's infected us massively. It's like insane ivy that just gets hold of all of us and makes us do stupid thinking things. I mean, a Christian wanting to be a bodybuilder. Well, again, that body doesn't belong to you, it belongs to God. So what on earth are you doing trying to train that body to a position where people can admire that body? For the wrong reasons. And not admiring it thinking, this is a man of God and God's blessed him with a great physique. So what on earth are you doing? What do we spend the time doing these things for? What is it for? It's for ego. It's for, it's to make us feel good. Again, folks, you've got a relationship with God. That should be what makes you feel good. Focus on that. Build your relationship with Him. Be led and guided by the Holy Spirit to build your relationship with Him. But don't think in any way, shape, or form you've got an excuse that on the day of judgment you can go before God and say, but the church failed me. I was a young Christian, the church didn't deal with my issues, which left me in the situation I was in, so the church failed me. And God's going to say, of course, sorry. You're absolutely right, and I failed you because I didn't deal with that church, did I? Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, you get him. Go on. God's going to say, excuse me, no. You had a Bible. You had a Bible that you should be learning from. You had the possibility of buying some fantastic praise and worship music because God gave that to musicians to bring to you. You had that. You had Christian radio. You had, books like The Word for Today and stuff like that to learn from and to be fed by. You have ministers like Rick Godwin or whoever, and I wouldn't suggest Rick Godwin necessarily. I'm not backing Rick Godwin now. I would have done 20 years ago, because 20 years ago he was someone that, if he was still that person, I'd back him. I would suggest you go and listen to his stuff from 20 years ago, because he did some good stuff. Even now he does some good stuff. The problem is like he did a video the other day about redesigning your life, and part 2 was 35 minutes. I don't know, part 1 was probably about the same. I put a message on there, I think 3 lines of message, answered how to redesign your life. Bang. That would have been a 5-minute message. The basics. He took 70 minutes. That's not why I wouldn't back him. I wouldn't back him because of the fact that I followed him for a while on Twitter, and I got incredibly frustrated with the fact that 7 or 8 times a day he would release, or he would tweet out quotes from people. Most of the quotes were not even accurate, but he would do that in order to show, look how wise and clever I am. Excuse me? You've got the name Godwin in your surname, Rick Godwin. You're wasting your time on this. You were a mighty man of God. Now you're wasting your time putting tweets out of quotes 7 or 8 times a day. What on earth has happened to you? Yeah, you've got comfortable. That's not good. So I wouldn't recommend that. I can't tell you who to listen to because I really don't know. I mean, Todd White again. Yeah, his testimony is good. That's worth listening to if you can find that. I'd listen to that because that's good. I wouldn't necessarily listen to any other stuff he says because again, he takes an hour to say what you could easily say in 10 minutes. So I wouldn't spend too much time on that. I mean, the reason why I say about the amount of time these videos last for is because we have a certain attention span where we can digest a certain amount of information at one time. Now, normally that's 10 to 20 minutes, probably maximum. So when you do an hour video, chances are they're going to miss the most important things that you're saying because of the fact it's somewhere in that hour. If you cut that hour down to 10 or 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, then you've got a video which is more digestible. And people are going to take the most important things out of it. And hopefully they're going to get that stuff now because you're not boring them with all the other waffle surrounding it. Well, as I say, it should be a case that if you are a minister, if you're standing out there as a minister, then you should speak when God gives you something to say, but then when God shuts up, you should shut up. Now, even if that means if you have a massive church full of people and you just do 5 minutes because God has given you enough for 5 minutes, that's it. That's all you bloody do. People need to hear from God. They don't need to hear from you. You don't need to hear from me. What you need to do is to hear from God. But therefore, I try and share what God has given me to share. And I try and get you to focus on building your relationship with God, to be led and guided by the Holy Spirit, but also to understand that it matters, that all of this actually matters, and that when you die, which we all are probably going to, most of us anyway, even if we don't die, even if we just get pulled up on the day of judgment or on the day that the Lord comes back, we just get pulled up. We're at some point going to be faced with God. We're going to have that time with God faced on our day of judgment. Don't assume. If you're in a church that is spiritually dead, and as I said, if you're going to church and you're not meeting with God, if you're not bothered by that, then you've got to really look at your relationship with God and you've got to get that sorted out. Because you don't know when you're going to be faced with God. You don't know whether you've got 10 minutes, 10 hours, or 10 years, or 100 years left to sort this out. So don't waste time, because at some point you're going to be faced with God. And when you're faced with God, it's too late. That's it. You can't correct anything then. It's too late. You've had your life. This is your time of judgment. This is your time in front of the judge, and the decision is going to be made as to whether you go to heaven or hell. It's too late then. So get it right while you're on earth and keep it right. That's why it's important to have the right people around you. If you've got friends that make you feel good, get rid of them. If you're in a church that makes you feel good, get rid of it. Say, no, I'm not going there anymore. Go to a place that challenges you. Go to a church that challenges you, that makes you feel uncomfortable for the right reasons. Where they're ministering stuff that's challenging you on you. I mean, if you can't find a place like that, get together with a number of spirit-filled born-again Christians and have a lot of time in prayer with God, with them, and search God as to whether He wants you as a little group to start a church that can be that. But stop making excuses. Stop blaming a dead church for your failings. Stop walking past people that are on their way to hell as if it doesn't matter. I'm not saying fall down at the feet of these people and apologize for not. No, just make it matter. Make it matter to you that you've got to get right with God, because then you might be able to help these people. Even you getting right with God might be enough for these people to see the difference in you, for them to then start asking questions about why have you changed? What's happened? And you can tell them, well, God. It's all down to God. And then of course they're saying, oh, we didn't realise that God did this sort of thing. Interesting. So just get the simple thing that, not simple. It's not simple. Let's not pretend getting right with God's going to be simple, because it probably isn't. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a challenge. But yeah, that's it for now. I mean, that was, I don't think there's anything more that God has told me that I need to add. There probably was. Saying that, there probably was. If there is, then I'll come back and I'll deal with that in another video. Well, you take care. God bless. And I will speak to you soon. We're 22 minutes and a half in. So there's enough. And really, it's the same stuff. It's not. It's not overly complicated. It matters. It matters that the people you walk past aren't saved. You don't know how long they've got, so you don't know how long you can waste before they have their day of judgment. So understand that, folks. Get serious about your relationship with God. I'm not judging you. I don't know you personally. I'm not speaking to anyone particularly and passing judgment. I'm simply saying, come on. I know from it's obvious, okay? You look at churches. If churches have not got a queue of people going all the way around the streets, queuing to get into the churches, then you know that the churches aren't working. And you know the churches aren't working probably because of the people. Because the people aren't right with God. It's as simple as that. So it's not a point of trying to judge people. It's a point of saying, we're all in this. We all need to get right with God. I'm not perfect. I'm not there. But we all need to do that, because there are things that I can't do right now. I will do what I can, and God willing, God will help me in whatever areas He can right now to get closer to being right with Him. Now, other people can improve in certain other areas. So, we can all do our bit, can't we? We each have our bit of the jigsaw. That if we get right with God and God uses us, I believe the way God has shown me is we all have a piece of the jigsaw, and by placing our piece down and other people doing the same and getting to know other people and seeing what piece they have, we then see more of the picture. So my part isn't the whole jigsaw. My part is one piece. Now I believe it's probably a 22 million piece jigsaw. And so, the part I've got is tiny. You can't really see very much from that at all. But the more we get right with God and then get together and then support each other, encourage each other, have each other accountable, etc., we can get to see other people's bits, jigsaws, and then we can see a bit more of the picture, and we can glorify God because we now see, there you go, that makes sense. Yeah, as we see more of the picture, it makes sense. It's, okay. So let's help each other. And let's help each other to be a blessing to the world that we live in. We certainly, in this world, cannot be a problem because there's enough problems. They need solutions. They need people that can be a blessing. So I pray that it'll be us now. We can start being that. You take care. God bless. And I will speak to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.